BitTorrent now has more than 100 million active users a month. So now that you're at that huge user base, how do you keep growing from there and pulling more people into the platform?
Yeah, I think that's a great challenge. The user base, it's a very important milestone for us that we recently announced. And the good news for the next milestone is that the pace of that has been increasing steadily in the last few years. And we obviously attribute that to just the availability of content on the internet, growing more and more use of the internet to deliver video. Of course, BitTorrent was one of the first technologies that could make video work on the internet. So we feel like we've been a part of this video heritage for some time now. But yeah, where do the next 100 million users come from? And I think that's a challenge that we focus on quite a bit. You know, for those of you who know the technology, it's quite daunting. It's a little complex, and surprising actually that so many users in the internet have actually embraced it and been able to overcome that. So clearly, an easy place for us to start, and one of the things that we've announced is a simplification of the interface and allowing a more channel-based approach where content that we can curate and certify and bring to bear is immediately available to these users such that they can embrace the technology in a very easy, seamless way. And it also allows us to provide more value to content creators on the upside.
Now, back in 2007, there were some rumors that BitTorrent was going to try for an IPO. Is that something that the company is considering? Is that at all in your plans?
Yeah, those rumors always amused us. We obviously didn't start those rumors. Clearly, the company hasn't gone public. And in 3 years, if that had been our plan and we were even remotely successful, we probably could have done it in 3 years. But for us, it's focused first on building great technology, then focused on building a great business. And then we think if we do both of those things really, really well and continue to grow as we obviously have in the past, then other opportunities will present themselves. But that's not where we're focused right now.
So BitTorrent, of course, is a legitimate software maker, but some of its users do download music and movies and other media illegally. So how do you separate that out, as a company, separating the software itself from the way that some users choose to use it?
Yeah, I think that's one of our more interesting challenges. The technology that the software is built around is, it's neutral, right? It does neither good, it does nothing wrong. It's just a capability that can be used any way a user sees fit. What you see in our recent efforts with content creators in particular, and in the applications framework, where we're very interested in creating a package for content creators to reach our 100 million users with legitimate content in ways that are incredibly positive for not only these content creators, but for the users as well. And this will create, we hope, a nice virtuous circle where everybody in the ecosystem can extract some value and win. But of course, as any open platform, and the web is the ultimate of open platforms, you're always going to be faced with some degree of challenge where uses are not what you'd hope they would be. eBay, there's a lot of counterfeit goods. Craigslist has certainly suffered from some, you might argue, misuse of their platform.
Let's talk about the difference between physical media and digital copies. If I have a DVD of a movie, I hand it to you, you watch it, you keep it, that's fine. But if I have it on an MP3 and I allow you to download it from me through a client like BitTorrent, that's considered theft. So what's the disconnect there? And do you think that there should be a difference between these two scenarios?
It's a function of copyright, right? There's this thing called first sale doctrine in a physical good where I buy a book, I own it. I can do whatever I want with it. That's allowed things like Netflix, obviously exploiting the first sale doctrine to create a very successful business. And now they're transitioning that business online. Digital copyright works differently. It's been defined by recent laws such that it is treated differently. And maybe it's in the nature of the internet that causes that, but again, we're technology folks. To us, the internet works a certain way. It brings a lot of wonderful opportunities to lower distribution costs, but the laws I think are in the process of catching up with that.